Now when it's giving choir. And alrighty then. We're off. Stupid. Just gotta make sure my phone was turned down. Should mine be a little bit more scoot back?
No, I just moved mine and turned it to the side.
You can find me in the club.
Hold on,
full of bum, mama know what you need. No. Do that in there. I'll take the top off.
Hey.
Jumping like hostile.
I'm crying.
Alright.
Okay, let's get started. Ready? Okay.
You know how it is.
Stretch it out.
Oh, rusty December. Let's blow that.
Not December.
Dust.
December,
That 2022 dust off for you.
The 2020. Okay. All right. Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Bald Majesty. Okay, and I have my girls Jules with me today, and I'm super excited to be back. I know it's been a long wait. What Lil Wayne said? Sorry for the wait.
It's been a drought.
It's been a drought.
6.
Oh man, but I appreciate you guys for being patient with me, but I'm happy to be back today on the first episode of season 3 of H.O.E. Shitt. Let's just jump in.
Here we go.
Okay. So, I know I changed the podcast name a couple times, you guys. So, I never really explained what H.O.E. Shitt is or what it means and kind of like where it derived from. So everybody knows about Janae Aiko's what's the name of her song?
Happiness Over
Everything song. Mm-hmm. But actually mine came from a different place. So let's just back it up a little bit.
That's my rewind voice.
Okay. So, these last few years have been like super healing. For those who have been tuned in and tapped into the podcast, you guys know what's going on. I lost a couple friends, gained some new ones. And so one of them was saying like I was doing H.O.E. shit around my birthday last year and I wasn't acting like a wife. Y'all, I'm not married. For real.
Newsflash.
No, I'm not married. I could do what I want, okay? What Beyonce said, I'm a grown woman. Hey,
come on.
Hey,
I do whatever I want.
Hey. So she was like, I'm doing H.O.E. shit, and if I'm gonna do H.O.E. shit, then I'm gonna stand on it, So that's where the name came from. I basically took a negative thing that was being said to me by a friend that's not a friend anymore. Long story, we ain't gonna bring it back up. But I took a negative thing and I turned it into a positive thing. Happiness over everything, and we're gonna stand on it. Because if me going on vacation, color coordinating with my girls, going out. Literally last year, I feel like we were out like every day, bro.
Yeah,
like,
living our lives.
Yeah, we was having a great time out. Shout out to Caspies. Ballhead, where you at? But,
since the third grade. Okay.
But yeah, no. So just having fun, living life, and we finna stand on it. Okay, we not looking back. We only looking forward. So let's just really get into it. Now that I've discussed what H.O.E. shit means, where it came from, and kind of like that backstory, let's move a little bit forward into today's actual topic, which is basically a continuation of what the show has always been about. I've always had my Women in Business Wednesdays segments with Black-owned businesses and highlighting those, but I really do want to take a focus on that this year. So I'm going to let Jules hop right into it and introduce herself and talk about her biz and, let's get into it.
Yes, I'm super excited to be here on my first episode, live and direct, on what is now H.O.E. Shitt, celebrating happiness over everything for both my girl, Brittany, myself, and all women and all people out there watching. Even if you're not watching, I'm still rooting for you.
We were all rooting for you.
behind this photo.
Okay.
So
America's next top model is.
So yeah, I am super excited just to be here and to support a woman in business while discussing women in business, such as myself. So I am Jules. I am a content creator. I am an entrepreneur, and I am super just excited to be where I am in my journey, because it is a journey, and I feel like it's always going to be a journey. I feel like a lot of times we as women in business, or just people aiming towards success in general, we feel like that we have a place that we're trying to go and we're looking towards a certain destination. And right now I'm just present to success being an ongoing journey, and I'm no longer looking for that destination. I'm no longer having somewhere to go. I'm just now ready for this endless ride of success, to continuously grow and glow, and giving my space and myself the grace to do and be just that. So yeah, that's a little bit about what I do. I have a lot of social media platforms: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. King Jules, get at me, Google me, look me up. Still, let's stay humble. Let's stay humble. But yes.
You heard what she said.
Still very confident though.
Yes.
Let's never get humbleness confused for lack of confidence, because that's not what it is. Sure. But definitely just excited, like I said, to be where I am in my journey. I also have a women's empowerment business, so this segment is going to be super excited for me to cover and just participate in. Just like the whole women in business rise right now is thriving over these past couple of years, and I'm super proud of myself, super proud of Brittany, and all the women in business out there who really have stood out and took that risk over these past couple of years, and who are still standing on it. It takes something. It may not be hard for a lot of us, or it may not be a lot for a lot of us, but all of us have something at stake. We're all taking some kind of risk, and it takes a pull of something for all of us to get out and do what we need to do and be our own boss, no matter what our circumstance or our lifestyle has in front of us. So let's get deeper into this Women in Business Wednesday.
Okay.
Black women doing it.
As you guys know, I'm Bob Majesty, but in the business world, I go by Brittany Latrice. You know, you got to put your real name on it. You know, Ben & Jerry's, Walmart, Sam's Club.
Well, y'all won't be getting my real name no time soon, so don't let her hype you.
You know, I just want to be branded. Mm-hmm. You know, brand me. You know, she has a lovely brand, but yes, you know.
I'm here for the Brittany Latrice empire, sweetie. Period. Don't ever get that confused for you.
And I have just like several things going on. Of course, we have the podcast that I need you guys to tune into every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Okay? And make sure you guys hop on now. What's different is that I have videos now, guys. We have audio and we have visuals. I'm excited.
And I just want to say, this setup, like, you guys may not be able to see like everything that we have going on here, but this setup is super professional, and I'm excited for the mics, the lights, camera, action. Season 3 is really giving progress. Season 3 is really giving what it's giving, and I'm here for it.
Thank you.
I wanted that to be known.
We're professional now.
It's professional now, sweetie.
It was a glow up. The glow up is here, and it's real. So make sure you guys follow me on all of my social media handles. Somebody told me I have a lot of pages the other day. I'm like, I only have 2. But yes, make sure you follow Bob Majesty. That's the podcast page. It's going to say H.O.E on there. But you know, I like to keep my name, Bob Majesty. And then make sure you follow Miss Brittany Latrice. That's going to be my real estate page. I'm also your local Northern Virginia real estate agent. So if you guys are looking, make sure you hit me up. Rentals, buying, selling, investing, all those good things, property management. I'm here to help and I'm here to assist. So, you know, we can't have a show about Black-owned businesses, Black women-owned businesses without talking about my own businesses.
Yes, definitely.
It's been a long journey to the real estate world, though, so I'm excited. I've actually been trying to get my license since I was 18.
Oh, wow.
But, like, a lot of things happen. Life happens, right? You know, and at first I thought I was quitting. But I had seen a post that said, you know, it's okay to take a break and kind of readjust and figure out where you want to be, you know, and maybe the timing just wasn't right for then. But we're here now, so I'm excited. You know, it was a long journey and we made it. You know, I never gave up. Always kept coming back. Tried at 18, and then I tried again at 2018. And then here we are now in 2022, and I did a lot of odd things in between. Like, I spent a lot of time in the medical field, so if you need a Band-Aid, I can help you with that, too. You know?
Come on, she said she's giving versatility, honey.
Yes.
Don't cross her off for anything. Always reach out and touch and see what she can do for you, honey.
And touch.
Okay. Brittany's hand. Because she's got it.
Okay, and let's not forget, speaking of reaching out and touching, I'm also a certified life coach, okay? So I really do, I like to talk, and I like to help people. So if you guys are just looking for someone to talk to, you know, inbox me. You know, I do that for the free. It was fun trying to, you know, do it as a business, but I just like people knowing that I'm not out here talking off the side of my neck. I have the educational background to back it up.
Come on.
Mixed in with the life experience.
Come on.
So, you know, I just turned 31 this year, but I feel like I've already lived 20 lives.
Yes.
Okay. Moving and
it's
grooving.
Giving experience, honey.
Yes, I'm super excited. I'm excited to represent the single moms out here. I'm excited to represent teenage moms. I have both of my daughters at in my teenage years. And I haven't given up. I haven't quit. Sometimes, you know, we cry every day in the shower. It's okay. It's all right. I'm here for you. That is okay. Cry in the shower every day, even if you're not a single mom. Life is hard, okay? And that just gets out all the frustrations and being flustered. So yeah, cry in the shower every day. I don't care. Everybody, okay? If you never learn anything else from me, cry in the shower.
I don't feel like life is hard, you guys. I feel like life is what you make it. And there could be tough things in your life and obstacles in your life and circumstance in your life, but it doesn't have to occur as hard. I feel like we're just quick to say things to make us feel better about being who we are, what we're going through, when you don't need to classify something or validate something or categorize something or give it context to be what it is. Certain things are going to happen, and you choose how you process them. And even if something is hard, I'm not saying that life isn't. You know, for some people, life could be probably very hard. But even if your life is hard, there could be ease there. It won't always be easy, but you can always have ease in your life. So that's just like my little TED Talk. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, one thing that I really learned from this beautiful, beautiful young lady is that take the definitions away from things.
Yes,
and then see how
Drop them
easier
gems,
your life gets.
She about to make it rain on you hoes.
Okay? Take the definitions
This is whole shit
out.
now.
This is whole shit. This is, and we are going to stand on it. But that was a huge turning point for me, because we were having a really deep conversation, full-blown tears and everything, because I was just so upset that day.
Yeah.
But you know, it's kind of like meeting people or situations where they are, and realizing what you can control and what you can't control, and trusting people to be themselves.
And I think I was gonna say something earlier when you brought up time, not just for business or entrepreneur journeys, but just in life in general. We as people, you know, women and men, if you watching, fellas,
and they do,
you could be on whole shit too.
You could.
We know you got your hoochie daddy shorts on right about
It's
now,
hot.
so we talking to you too. But anybody, I feel like we as people, we have a tough time surrendering to time. Like when it comes to our business journey, our entrepreneurship journey, we're trying to figure out when it is going to happen, how is it going to happen, who's going to help us make it happen. We're trying to figure out in love who's going to be our boyfriend, who's going to be our husband, who's going to be the father of our children, and when is it going to happen. And we just have these same patterns. You fall out with your friends and you want to figure out somebody else going to come or you're going to make up. We have the same patterns as humans that we just have a hard time surrendering to time. And just letting things happen at their own time, and not mixing that up with no participation, no ownership, and not being hungry for. You still have to participate in your life. You still have to be hungry for it. You still, like you said, do what you can do, and control what you can control. But surrender to time. don't try to figure it out so much. That's something that I've recently learned, just like in life in general, but it's helped me as an entrepreneur and a woman in business. It's just like, don't try to figure it out so much. Just like act and be and do and just be present in that moment. And then when you're done, you're done. You know, you move on to the next thing. You come back, you have your routine or your regimen and you schedule, you plant your seed, you come back and water it at a certain time. You don't see farmers or gardeners standing around their plants, around their harvest, like, watching them when grow. Is it gonna grow? Like, come on, I need you.
No, really,
you know? Really, they have their regimen, their schedule, they plant their seeds, they come out and they water when they're supposed to, and they go away and they come back to a full-blown fruitful harvest. Especially as someone with many pages, you have many seeds. You know, you're not just growing potatoes or tomatoes. You're growing carrots, cabbage, corn. You know, you have a lot going on, and it's
a whole farm. Okay,
it's a whole farm. I'm in that same boat, and I see a lot of women entrepreneurs in this same boat. You may not know it, but sometimes when you start a business, you don't have a whole team. So then that forces you into editing, and then that forces you into back office. That's that's kind of how I got into content creating. That wasn't always like my path. I was always like, you know, I guess knew how to do it. I always had the skill and I always had the talent because that was like a part of my initial career path to be a product developer. But it wasn't something that like was my goal, you know, but being a business owner led me to social media, led me to marketing, and led me to advertising. And I strengthened that skill, and I strengthened the talent in that skill. And that turned into one of my seeds. And then, you know, you just get so many seeds when you just go and you just stay focused in the present moment. And you can adapt and you can just stay present. And when you adapt more and when you're present more, you have more seeds to plant. And when you have more seeds to plant, you have more of a fruitful harvest. And so I don't want that to come off as like do more or do better or do differently for anyone. What I want that to come off as renew yourself every day, renew your journey every day, renew your seeds every day, renew your waters every day, and don't try to live too far in the future and trying to figure it out and control it. Just live it, and it's gonna happen how it's gonna happen, you know, regardless. I like to think that whatever choice you make is the choice you were gonna always make. You know, I mean, and there's no other way to know. Because we don't have like a second timeline where we can say like, oh, if I made this choice, what would have happened? You don't know. So for me, I give myself that peace of mind. Maybe it's something I created for my peace of mind, but I've created that for my life, and it works for me. Whatever choice I've made, I was already gonna make it. So I try not to just like think too far in the past or too far in the future. I try to stay present, stick to, you know, my regimen, and move on.
Round of applause for that, because amen. Can we get a amen? Because woo, child.
Can the choir say?
Can the church say?
Okay.
Amen.
Amen. It's offering time.
Okay. But I'm really glad you brought that up in a way where you're like time and just kind of letting things go and just kind of being in the present with yourself and just moving forward, because if you're following me on any of my social media pages, or just like if you're my friend in life, you kind of know I've been on this journey, right, of autonomy, just having that free space to make mistakes, because I have a really hard time making decisions. So when I take away, like, I'm just gonna make that whatever that first decision was, girl, that's it. And I'm making better decisions because of that. You know, just being able to go with that first mindset, the first decision, the first thing that comes into my life, and then whatever happens, you know, after that, you know. So it's like, yeah, we can make all of our decisions. We're free to choose, be autonomous, have your own free time, your own free space. And then I tell myself, you know, I'm not free from the consequences that I get, and the consequences aren't always bad. It's just whatever happens after you make the decision, right? So it's like I try to see a little bit of decision, and sometimes things are like very toxic for me. Like, let's give a round of applause for my divorce fan finder. Man, okay. So, but in reference to that, I'm saying, like, I just woke up one day and was like, no, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to be a part of this situation, and just moving forward. And that felt really good to me. Like, that was the first decision that came to my mind. I didn't want to think about it. It didn't matter whose feelings I was hurting, because it's either them or me.
Yeah.
Them or me. And
Yeah.
I'm tired of it being me.
Yeah.
So they can call me selfish all they want. They could say, oh, I wasn't this, or I didn't do. It's okay. Yeah. So if they want to feel like I'm on my liberal woman, whatever it is they called it, I'm just being autonomous and true to myself, and doing what feels right to me, and what's going to make me happy at the end of the day. And it's just like, no shade to anybody, or like, I'm not trying to purposefully be malicious, but I'm tired of feeling like I'm walking on eggshells so everyone else could be comfortable.
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
So I'm glad you brought that up.
Putting yourself first.
Yeah, exactly.
And staying focused, like seeing out your vision that you have for you
Exactly.
first, and then you always have a vision for other people.
Exactly.
Well, not everyone, but when you're a big human being that, like, you've chosen to be, I know you personally, so I can say that for you specifically. But when you've chosen to be that kind of person, you put yourself first. Have your vision, see your vision through first, and then see what you can do to see other people's vision out for themselves. So I totally agree, and I'm so happy that you're not trying to get it right anymore. It sounds like you've had a huge breakthrough, and just not trying to get it right and not trying to get it wrong, but just get it.
Just get it.
Get it for you.
For me.
And whatever that is, it is.
And whatever will be, will be.
Rule book number 1. Like Uncle Clifford. Uncle Rulebook, Uncle Clifford Rulebook 4.69. Okay. Have it out for you.
Man. Have it out for you. Okay. Hold on. Look, KJ.
Okay.
And Ball Majesty Rulebook number 1.
Okay.
Do it for yourself.
Okay. Do it for you first.
Do it for you.
Okay. I love that.
I'm
seriously.
crying, but yeah, no, definitely. I think that's just like the most important thing. Doing things for yourself. Because another thing that I wanted to bring up while we're here, speaking of, is that I see a lot of things going around social media now about men versus women. And how men are saying women don't never do this, and they're not submissive, and they don't do anything for you, and they're not checking on your mental health, and woo-doo-woo-doo, and then you turn around and have the woman saying what the man is not doing, la la la. And I just feel like if that person is not the person for you, like, don't stay and struggle with that. Like, just go figure out who's for you.
Yes.
And I feel like that would make it so much easier. So it's not really like man versus woman and what a woman won't do and what a man won't do. Like, maybe that woman won't do something for you. That doesn't mean that the next one won't, I
think that people in general, they say a lot more than what they feel. And that's in everything. So when people are complaining about what they don't want, he's not doing, and it's like a pattern thing, it's because they're getting something out of it. And they can complain all they want, and they can say what they want, and it even comes down to the most heinous of situations. Abuse. Women stay around their abusers all the time. And you guys, if you follow me, you know I'm not someone trying to get it right. I'm not trying to issue a piece of righteous information. This is my perspective, and you have your own, but this is how I see the world. And number 2, I'm not trying to be politically correct. So if you want to get in the comments, let's get in the comments. Let's make this interactive. Because I want to hear, what's actually happening. Because I can't say if you're watching this and you're trying to leave with something, I can't do that for you.
Right.
I can't give you anything.
Disclaimer.
There are no answers here, and this is not to be true. This is just to be experienced. And the experience that we will have through your interaction will actually be what it is. Because I can't say what it is for you. I can only say what it is for me.
And I can only say what it is
for you as far as what she shares.
Experiences are
different. And so I'm not here to give you information or insight, but I do hope that you experience me and you experience Brittany and you experience H.O.E as what it is, an experience, and hopefully you do leave with something, but not answers. I hope you leave moved, touched, or inspired to be yourself in your life and to discover what freedom is for you and what we're talking about means for you, not to copy or to be like now. But if you want to get your notepad out and you do want to write some things down, this is what I'm trying to say. So if you constantly are having something in your life that's continuously going on, you are getting something out of it. You may not know it. And like I was going to say, even in the worst case of scenarios, like with abusers, it is so sad, you know, for sometimes for us as women to watch another woman go through that, especially when you're standing in your strength, because we've all been broken down. But when you're standing in your strength and you watch someone who's not, you can see it so clearly. But their payoff is whatever that insecurity is that's keeping them there. They may feel, I've personally never been in this situation, so I can't say for myself, but I've experienced. And for some people, it's getting love. Even if it's not real love, that taste that's there, that craving that's there, that insecurity that's there.
Even the worst relationship has good moments.
Exactly. And they hang on to those moments because that's what's missing.
Right.
And they magnify those moments, and they take that definition and they make that moment mean so much. And in reality, they're getting that. You know, they're getting to have that. So they don't leave because they don't want to lose out. They feel like they're losing out on everything. Or they're feeling like they're losing out on that little piece that they're giving. But what it's actually costing them is something. You get something, but it's costing you something.
The cost is too high.
Exactly. So that's what you have to realize. If you're constantly complaining about something in your life over and over and over, where it becomes a pattern, even my friends, if they keep coming to me about the same thing, I will sit there and tell them, what are you getting out of it? And don't call me until you figure out what you're getting out of it.
It's the don't call me.
Because I'm out to have for you a friend. This is my friend.
This is my friend.
I'm out to have for you what you want for yourself, for your life.
Whatever is for you to experience, that's for you to experience.
If you keep calling me.
But if you keep calling me, don't call me.
That's not what, and I'm not saying like trying to tear you down. I'm saying that to say that you're not being real. You're not being authentic with yourself. And if you can't be authentic with you, you can't be authentic with me. And if you're not being authentic with me, I can't help you. Because like I said, it's your experience. I can't choose it for you. You may not, your cost may not be more than what you're getting paid out. And you might say, hey friend, I'm going to stick in this abusive relationship because what it's costing me doesn't mean that much to me. Everybody don't value their happiness. Everybody don't value it the same way that I do. But a lot of people do. So when I tell most of my friends that, I say, you know, not in the way don't call me. You can always call my phone. But if you want to call me about this same pattern, you see what I'm saying? That now I'm on that journey with you. If you keep calling me about the same pattern that you don't want, for one, I'm on that don't want journey with you. And for two, now I'm not being authentic with me because I just told you, as my friend, I'm going to make sure you have what you want for your life. So if you're telling me this is something you don't want, okay, friend. So if you really don't want it, then why do you still have it? What are you getting out of it? That's what we do as human beings. You don't go to work if they say you're not going to get no money. You're not going to go out with your friend if she's not reciprocating your vibe. You're not going to... We want stuff, you guys. And it's okay to say that we want stuff. And it's okay to say that we get stuff.
Speak up.
So, stand up. We can at least stand up. So, it's true. And so, you find that sometimes when people are complaining about stuff, they're getting something out of it. And they have to identify what they're getting, what their payout is, and what their cost is. And if their cost is way bigger than their payout, then that should be a breakthrough enough for you. Because a lot of times you don't know. You know, a lot of times you just complain until somebody puts it out for you. Like, what are you getting out of it? You're like, wow. Oh, I didn't know that. You know, I even had that breakthrough in relationships. Sometimes I would be tolerating way less than what I deserve. Way less than what I was worth. You know, this was a while ago, but it's still a part relevant. Of my life journey. And I still learned so much from it. And I realized that I just like wanted somebody.
Of course.
Anybody. And that was
not
Simba.
Somebody.
Girl, can anybody find me? Happy Feet. Somebody. Girl. So, and
you on that one.
I had my standards, right?
Of course.
But I was only like worried about the exterior. You know, as long as it looked cool, I was cool. And when it came down to the interior standards, I was just like, oh, you know, taking whatever, anybody. And then I looked to myself, I'm constantly complaining, you know, I don't like how he treats me. I don't like that he does this. I don't like that he does this. I don't like how he does this. Pattern. And it's like, why? And I had to realize that I'm getting that fake love. and I don't care. I didn't know that, but then I realized I've been getting that fake love, and I've been making myself not care about getting that fake love just because I want to feel anything or something. Then I asked myself, what is that costing me? Fulfillment in my relationships. Actual pure happiness in my relationships, pure love in my relationships. It cost me that. So then I had to ask myself, what do I actually want for my life? This is my life, my only life. What do I want for my life? I want something pure. I want something authentic. I want something real. Yes. And so I had to ask myself, if I go back to this pattern, this same complaint that I have, I am directly disrespecting myself and my desire, and I'm neglecting myself and my desire by ignoring it. So once I knew, and it was that clear to me, I never tolerated that crap again. Ever. Period. You know? And it's been like almost 10 years now since that turnaround in relationships. Period. Ooh. So now it's like, you can't catch me. Now you can't keep a good girl down. She's the gingerbread man. Girl, they out here like Spider-Man. And I'm like, okay? I'm not trying to be saved. I'm not Jane. I'm not your superhero wife host. Okay. No, I'm not trying to be saved. Okay. I'm empowered. I'm empowered now.
A pick me.
At all. I do the picking. Do you see white toes on these hoes? Absolutely not.
Toes on these hoes?
Absolutely not.
I like pink toes myself.
I do tips, baby. I have any color tip when you see me. But yeah, so no, like once and that's why it's important for sisterhood and for, you know, for you to have your power. People have their power and they use it as like a tyranny. Like, I'm up here, you're down there. Instead of being like, girl, I'm up here and you're down there, and I'm gonna take my power to empower you. And I'm gonna have my power overflow and empower you, so then your power will overflow and empower somebody else. And that's what it has to be more of, because all it took for me to have that insight, boom. Then I share it with other people, and it's that simple for them. But when you don't know that, and you're just stuck into your pattern, you can't make that logic or see that half of the time. So,
and that'll help you with your that'll help you with just relationships in general. Because I feel like, in a way, my life started early, right? Baby at 14, baby at 18, married at 21. I've done all the things that past friends are just now starting to do, for real, like in the more recent years. So it's like, I feel like I've always kind of been like, okay, well, I see something's happening, or you're saying this is happening, and, you know, I kind of went something, you know, relatable to that. So when you start to not place yourself up on a pedestal, and you're more so like, okay, well, I've accomplished this goal already, let me bring you up here with me, and they don't come, that's when you know who your real friends are or who they not are. Because you can't take people places that they're not ready to go. But at the same exact time, you can't let them leech either. Because, again, you're not being authentic to yourself, which brings it back to, like, the don't call me kind of a thing, until you're ready to move forward with your life. There's certain people that I don't talk to on the phone every day anymore. It's not that I don't talk to them. I just don't talk to them on the phone every day, because I don't want to get on the phone and listen to certain stuff in your background, or talk about the same things over and over again, because that's just not where I'm at. And it's the same thing all the time, every conversation. I'm just like, we talked about this already, so, you know, it's just certain things, right? So then people start to kind of drop off like flies all on their own, because what will start happening sometimes is that, and this was just brought to my attention, I never saw it this way, but like jealousy. And it's not because I have something that they want, or it's just because I'm just a better person than I was, and they can't trauma bond with me anymore. So they start like, oh, you think you're better? Did I say that?
Right. Or did you say that? Exactly.
Because I never said that. You know, I always try to help you, and I always try to be there for you. You know, whatever decision you're going to make, I'm here for the decision, you know? But if you're complaining about the decisions that you're making isn't being helpful to your lifestyle or the goals you're trying to reach, okay, I might have a word or two or three to say, because, hey, I've been there, I've done that, I'm here now, let me help you. And then they just really don't want the help. So then they just kind of drop off by themselves, and, like, literally now you're kind of, like, free to move on. Like, on my vision board, actually, for this year, which is crazy, I put that I wanted to cultivate better relationships, and you showed up literally way before that even happened. But I guess it was already happening subconsciously that I need better relationships. Like, I need to make better choices with the relationships that I'm building as well for myself, so that I can remain in an upbeat, positive way. Like, I'm a businesswoman now. I'm an entrepreneur now. I don't want to be a part of no mess, no negativity. I just want to move forward. I got 2 other girls to raise, and I want to be a positive example for them as well.
Right.
You know, so I just think that once you're up on that pedestal, when you're up higher, like a better version of yourself, and you try to help someone else come up and they don't want to go, leave them there.
Exactly. And I think that for me, I had to learn to ask, because I just assumed that all people wanted better for themselves.
Oh, that part.
I just assumed that because I grew up around so many powerful women, so many powerful people in general, so many people that wanted better for themselves, so many people that had better for themselves, that for a while I just thought that it was something that, you know, everybody wanted.
Okay, we're Kanye out here in these streets.
And
it's
then
the life that everybody asks for.
Okay, the good life.
The good life.
Ooh, okay. So I'm like, as I started trying to, once I got leverage in a certain area, I would try to bring people up around me, and I was sometimes having that friction. And I realized that everybody doesn't want the same thing.
Yes.
And everybody's version of success is not the same.
It's not, right.
And so I've just started asking people, what do you want for your life? Up front. And even people in my relationships, I've started asking, what do you want for your life? So that I could have out for your life what you want for your life.
Right.
That might not be what I want for my life, and it might not be at all the same. And in most, I don't want to say most, but every case is unique. So, like I said, it's not righteous information, but when you have someone in your life that could be unaligned.
Right.
So in this sense you were talking about, what picked up for me is that those are 2 unaligned people. Someone who wants to stay where they're at, who's not wanting to be anywhere better.
Right.
And then you're someone who does want to be better, and you're choosing where you're at. So in that case, that person, it may not be that they wanted to be up there. They may want to be exactly where they're at. And they may think that they want to be somewhere else, but that's not authentic for them.
Right.
So, and then there are some people who is the invert way. They act as that they want to be down there, and then they don't. When it comes time to the action and that kind of stuff happens. So, I just simply, I'm not a close the door kind of person. I'm not a burn the bridge kind of person. Unpopular opinion, you never know when you might need to get out. And when you close the door, you trap yourself into. When you burn a bridge, you isolate yourself too. So that's just how I am. And I don't expect anybody else to be that way. But where I do fall back from people and give them their space to be who they need to be and decide what that is and who that is when I can genuinely ask them and say, what do you want? And they tell me, I want to stay down here.
Okay. Right.
Enjoy.
Fine.
Enjoy.
And see that, please.
And I can still be there for you sometimes on that level.
Exactly.
I can still tell you where to go find the best deals and steals. Well, I don't know prices, so I cannot tell y'all about the best deals and steals. Good food, I can still tell you where to go get the round-the-way food. You know, so, but, will you be seeing me dying there? No. But, you know, there's just some places I personally don't go that I've been. But I could tell you that it's great and you should go.
You should go because it's for you.
So, and that's where I've learned how to help people on their level. See, I've always tried to help people on my level. You got to do it big. You got to be disciplined. You got to want the best. You got to have the best. You got to have standards, high standards. You got to have your man like this. You got to have your wardrobe like this. You got to have your car, house clothes like this. You got to take care of your mama like this. And everybody's not on that.
Nope.
So I started to understand, what do you want? Because people will say certain things and act a certain way, and that's why language is so powerful. You will think yourself to death.
Oh my God.
You will think a whole bunch of stuff, and it won't actually be there until you ask somebody, what do you want?
Yeah.
They'll tell you.
You have to communicate, and then comprehension is key. Okay.
Exactly. And then if you start to see, if they do say, hey, I want to be up there, but they're not having that effort,
the drive or the
then you
effort.
can learn that you can say, okay, I can stand for this person and be for this person and show them and give my advice where I can and helping them come up. But when there's that friction there, like how it is, it goes back to what we first started off saying in the beginning of the show. You have to put you first. You always want to stand for somebody and be a resource for somebody, but when it becomes exhausting for you or where you're no longer having fun or you're not putting you first, then you have to revert into that and say, sis, I'm still going to build you up. I'm still here for you. I'm still this and that. But let me get me real quick, and then I'm going to come back to you. And that could be your journey for that person. But I feel like it's very situational, but I get it. Sometimes you are unaligned with people. Yeah. Sometimes there are people that you do have to leave where they are at, and you do have to draw that line.
Yeah, and there are definitely some people that, me personally, it's just like, okay, I'm here for you on your level.
Exactly.
But then there are some people that they had to go.
Yeah.
Because of the situation.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
It just is, I don't want you here. It's okay. Like, because of the situation, the way things went down, just the method of how things it's a no for me, dog. Okay, yeah. Where's Randy at? Big
exactly,
Randy?
It's a no for me, dog. And I have some no for me, dog situations too. Not a lot, but I do have some. But when I say like close the door and burn the bridge, I mean like there's no animosity or hostility. Oh, yes. Like, I could speak about that person, and I could still just be so happy and still poised.
So excited.
And I could recommend them some great opportunity. And
exactly.
It only becomes to a point where, like, you're discouraged if you're like, fuck that person or this or that. And it's still, like, negativity and hostility. Then that's not where you want to be because you're still trapped.
Yeah. And
sorry.
A lot of people will tell you, like, that's exactly how I am. Like, I will recommend somebody in a heartbeat. I will just genuinely be excited. Like, sis, I want to see you eat, just not at my table, though. Yeah. So, but I want you to grow and learn. I'm proud of you and everything that you're doing. But yeah, I'm going to send people your way when something comes up and I think about you. Yeah, sure. But not at my table, though. Yeah. But that's just how it is for me.
I get that.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, we're coming up on the last 15 minutes or so, or 10 or so. So, I know that we like covered a lot of topics, and I'm always like I just like to talk. I'm always so natural, like just naturally conversation. That's how I like to do. And I don't know, for you guys, it'll be different because you're experiencing on a different side. Yeah. So leave us a comment. Let us know like any tips or tricks. Right. What can we do? What you guys want to see? How do you want to flow? Any recommendations? Recommendations, not recommendations. Recommendations. So yeah. Anything like that. And also, I want, even if I know it's Women in Business Wednesday. Yeah. And I know we kind of covered a lot of personal topics. But something that I wanted to share before the episode is over is you live all of your life the same. Mm-hmm. The relationship you have with yourself is the relationship you have with other people. Yep. The relationships you have, the way you have relationships in your love life is how you have relationships in your business lives, in your friendship lives. Yep. And the way you live one part of your life is the way you live all parts of your life. Yep. So, I don't know.
When Rihanna and T.I.
Okay. Just live your life. Hey. Girl, let's get a musical. Let's get an Shit, the musical. Next summer, 2023, head out. But, so... No, seriously. And so, whatever we say on this episode or whatever, I don't know how many times you'll see me here. Hopefully more to come. But whenever you hear us say when I'm here, I can't speak for the whole show. But in this episode, whatever you hear us say is to be listened and tried on for your entire life. It's for your whole life. So even if we're talking about personal, relationship, business, it's for your whole life, because when you nail one aspect of your life and one aspect of your relationships and 99 times out of 10 it's going to be the one with yourself. When you nail that relationship with yourself, you're going to start nailing it everywhere else. When you nail those tasks with yourselves, you're going to start nailing it everywhere else. So we jumped around a lot today, but overall we're talking about life, and how you live life is how you do your business. How you succeed at your personal life is how you will succeed in your business life. So I hope that you take what I said today and what we shared today and the good vibes and the energy, and I hope you take that with you in your everyday life, and you make that authentic for you, and you translate it for you.
Because like we said, this is H.O.E. shit, and we gonna stand on it. Okay, we're gonna choose happiness over everything, and I do mean everything. So if it is not making you happy or adding to your happiness, or if it's not true to your authentic self and you feel like you have to hide or lay low or walk on eggshells, stand on that too. Walk off. Walk off. Walk away. Say no, period. Because no is a complete sentence. No explanation needed. Okay?
No is a complete sentence.
No, period.
I love it.
So thank you guys for coming out, watching. Make sure you hit that like, comment, subscribe button. Share it with your friends. Follow us on Instagram. Again, I'm Bob at Bob Majesty. And then my other page is at Miss Brittany Latrice for all your real estate needs. And then
I'm King Jules, and you know where to find me: TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
Period.
Thanks guys for watching.